give me just a minute. I'm going to share this and I'll be right back. I painted last night. Well, to me it's nighttime. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready for bed in a little bit, but I wanted to paint. I have some paints that I mixed up with a certain medium while I was out of something, and I keep trying to finish off these paints before I mix up a new batch of paints. I thought I was going to finish them off last night. I ended up having some left, so I'm going to paint again and see if we can finish up a lot of these paints and see if we can get another nice painting with my ladle strainer. Sorry, I'm not talking very loudly. And let me know how the sound is, because whenever I watched the replay from yesterday, there was like an interference from the microphone. So if that keeps happening, let me know and I'll unplug the microphone. But I'm going to turn you around and get positioned on where I'm going to paint and talk about what I'm going to do as I go. You need to get some napkins. I need to let's put this up just a little bit. Need to tuck in Vivian so she doesn't drink paint. I need to check the paints to make sure the consistencies are all about the same. I did that before I came on last night, but tonight they should be pretty similar because it's just been since last night. But since we're getting down to the bottom of some of those, it may be I may need to add a little bit more airbrush medium to thin them out. So that's what we're going to see. Make sure they're all like similar consistency. It's just what I want to do. Some of them there isn't much left, so they might be thickening up a little bit towards the bottom. That one might be thickening up just a tiny bit more than the other one. This is my golden airbrush medium. I use it to thin my paints to match consistencies. And I don't mind having a super thin consistency. I kind of like it. Because I got really used to using pre-mixed pouring paints, and so I got really used to that texture and consistency of paint. So now I like mixing my own paint on the thin side. I need to try, once I finish off all of these paints and mix some more, I want to try some more blowouts with my hair dryer. I haven't done any of those in a while, and I want to try some of those with my TLP pigments because I want to see how the sparkle plays with my paints, with my pouring medium and stuff. I just want to see what it's like because I haven't done it in so long, because I've been using the pre-mixed paints and I haven't done a blowout for a while. So that's my paint is kind of a blowout consistency, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Some of it, I'm not sure if it might have some lumps in there, I'm not sure. If it does, I'll have to pick it out of the painting in the end, and that will just leave some kind of a design where I pick it out. So that'll be okay. I used to worry about stuff like that like really bad, but now I know that it'll be okay. I might want to add a little bit more silicone to these colors that have silicone because I haven't been getting a lot of cells coming through. Maybe I should add silicone to more colors. What's everyone up to today? Hi. I'm just checking all of my paint consistencies right now because I want them to be as similar as possible so that they will dry evenly. I'm trying to finish off these paints with this pouring medium before I mix up new paints with a different pouring medium. Repeat myself a little bit because there's a lot of turnover on these lives. But I like to explain what I'm doing for those who are watching the replay and just want to learn what I'm doing. And maybe you fast forwarded for a while and you just check back in. I'm checking my paint consistencies to make sure they're all pretty similar so they'll dry pretty evenly. And I haven't been getting as many cells because I've only had silicone or hair serum in 3 paints, but I think this time I'm going to add it to my red and my green as well, just not with the pigments. So these 3 should still have a little bit, but they never quite, I haven't been getting a lot of cells, and I kind of want, with this technique, the way that it's very almost blended together, I want to see what kind of cell action I can get if I have more silicone in there. I want to see if it can create more details in my paintings, or in this painting. Now I put 2 in those, and I've had silicone in these before, but I'm just going to add another one in case I've already used it all. I'm not going to stir a whole lot so that it doesn't break down into tiny cells, I guess. But maybe I want tiny cells. I don't know. I don't have a plan. I made one of these last night trying to finish off these paints, and I want to make another one. I asked my dog for her opinion on what kind of energy to infuse, like what kind of magic energy to infuse into this painting, and we decided on a painting. We are making a painting for calming anxiety, and I guess that's my segue to tell you that I have Sounds for Meditation on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon, like wherever you stream music, I have Sounds for Meditation if you want to go listen and help calm your anxiety after watching my painting. But anyway, I am going to use the glass beaker that I used yesterday. I'm going to turn this out of the way. I'm going to use this that I used yesterday. Whenever I've done these ladle strainer pours, where I've poured through these, whenever I've done these before, I have used split cups. I don't remember if I've done like a straight pour type cup before. Last night I used this glass beaker, so I want to use the beaker again because the results were really interesting, and I'm trying to finish my paint, so here we go. Deciding where to start and what order. I don't think I'm going to plan it. I may not do each color exactly the same amount of times. I'm just going to let the energy of releasing anxiety guide me. Like, have no anxiety, no plan. Just see what happens. That sounds fun. That is phthalo green. And next to that, I want to put some aspen. This is one of my pigments that I made into a paint from this Little Piggy Pigments. Phthalo green is a tube paint from Winsor & Newton. I think it's like Winsor & Newton Galleria, maybe. I think some Naples yellow. Whoops. I think if I leave, whoops, that one has some chunks or something. So that'll be fun. That'll make some designs whenever I pick that out of the painting later. That will be fun. Like for real, that'll be cool. I like that. I don't know what I was saying. That was Naples Yellow. This is Latte from TLP. This is a pigment, and it is sparkly. The Aspen is sparkly. And we're going to go with Rose Pink. Whoa. And Syrah. And now what? Now some primary magenta. I'm trying to put a lot of that because it's almost gone, so I want to try to finish it up. I wish I could cancel that. Like, people keep inviting me to lives. I'm not going live with anybody else right now because I'm channeling energy into my artwork. I'm sorry, I'm not going live with someone else right now. I'm sorry if that sounds rude either, but I don't know how to turn that off, but seeing the pop-up keeps bothering me. Okay, so let me get back into the zone. I need to figure out how to turn that off where people can't invite me like that. Okay, so I was trying to use a lot of this primary magenta with that because I want to finish off this paint, and it's almost gone, so that's good. What do we want next? Okay, next is Aphrodite. This is where the self-love aspect comes in when helping release anxiety. Like telling yourself all of the things that you are capable of or that you have accomplished can help reduce the anxiety of thinking about you're not going to be able to do something. So, I don't know. That just came out. Like, painting is a meditative thing for me. So, like when I play singing bowls and things, if I'm in the meditative state or if I'm talking as I'm doing this and explaining what I'm doing, like, I'm a channel right now for the energy that I'm requesting, like from my spirit guides and my nature spirits and energies and ancestor energies. Like, I have a grandfather and a great grandmother ancestor energies that are around a lot, and just asking energies to help me put the kind of energy that I'm focusing on into the piece. And right now we're focusing on easing anxiety. And since this pigment is called Aphrodite, sometimes whenever I do paint, I tap into like goddess energies, like different goddess energies. I paint with Persephone a lot. The first goddess that I noticed was influencing my paintings was Saraswati. I've painted with the energy from Hecate, and I've created one of my sound magics, one of my meditation sounds with Hecate. Like I told you, you can go stream my music, my meditation sounds after this. That just, what I'm saying is Aphrodite must have just stepped in and given me that message. Like, part of one of the things that can help with easing anxiety, calming anxiety, is initiating positive self-talk. Telling yourself that you're proud of yourself for different things throughout the day, instead of thinking about all of the things that you wish you could do or that you should do or that someone else wants you to do, or stresses from just anything. Like, I don't know. Just stop and tell yourself, like, but look at what I did do. Look at what I have done. Look at what my special talent is. Look at what my special thing that I can do to help others that other people can't do. Look at that. Like, be proud of yourself for the little things instead of giving all of your energy space to the things that weigh you down. Start infusing your own energy space with things that bring you up instead of bring you down. And that starts with the positive self-talk. I wanted to do like a mirror image painting of the one I did last night, where the one I did last night was for peace, tranquility, love, and self-love. And I got that idea from the energy of Aphrodite, from using the Aphrodite pigment. And so I guess that's where my whole meditation speech just kind of came from. So that was a great place where I'd been through all of the paints, and I like to let the paints sit for a while and see what their interactions are. And last night I don't feel like I let it sit long enough. So that's awesome that like me going off on that tangent gave that paint space to sit, because like with the Persephone push and pour, I have the bottle that I put a cork in and I let it sit and I turn it upside down and let it sit and turn it back up. But I guess with this beaker, what we do is we like fill it part way and let it sit. And then I'm gonna go back and be more tapped into the energy to see how we're gonna fill the rest of the beaker before I pour it. So. Sometime I need to bring one of my singing bowls to play whenever we're having like a meditation break in the middle. Cool. I think I've done that before on a live. Remember, I'm trying to finish off these paints. Okay, I think that's going to be too much paint again. Maybe I should get a larger canvas. But let's not worry about it. Let's just go with what we have, because this is for not having anxiety. Just be happy with what we have. Okay, I'm going to clean all this stuff up, let this sit again, get all of these little whisks and put them through a quick rinse with the sprayer. And I've gotten pretty much to the bottom of the latte and aspen. I'm going to set it aside in case there's like a little bit, in case I want to smear any on there. There's just a tiny bit of that left. I may get to a point where I just kind of pour them all together. As like I said, I want to save something I want to use all of my paints, all of my leftovers, for something at the end of the month. At some point I may just have to pour all these together and have them as leftovers. Because whenever I mix up my next round of paints, I don't want to start out with them being quite this thin. Most of that paint came off of those. I will wash those later with just soap, but for time, I just wanted to rinse it off so that it didn't get all stuck on there. I mean, it just peels off, but sometimes I have to use a scraper thing to peel it off. That one's almost empty, but I'm gonna... These two, I think I'm gonna leave here in case I need extra paint for something. Maybe I could use the extras for like those for flow extender if I need it. But there's still a little bit more in these ones. I might eventually mix up a couple more paints. Just, I don't know. I just kind of want to finish these off before I mix up more. So that I ordered new jars, but I'd like to clean these jars out before I make more. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yes, I have a bag of art items under the table in front of me. Like paint and stuff that I've used recently. Okay. I'm gonna set this aside. I still want it to sit for a little bit longer. But I'm gonna position this where I need to stand up here, I think. Hold on. Sometimes I forget how to step up onto this. Sometimes I'm afraid I'll get too close to the end and it will go flying in the air and I will fall. Because I've done that when I've sat on it before. I don't want to step on it and do that. I want to see... I feel like there's... I want it to be kind of in the corner, if that makes sense. Yeah. Now I don't know how to get down. Okay. last night I kept pouring after I knew I had enough paint and I just kept pouring it on there. I may, if I can figure out where I've had enough paint and it's a good time to stop, I may stop and I could go get a smaller canvas and pour the rest of the paint on there. I don't know. Excuse me, but I may not do that. As I was taking the cup away, I had like an extra drip that didn't go through the holes fall almost in the middle of the painting. It ended up being a really cool looking spot. Like as it spread out, it looks really neat. Okay, I'm gonna get ready to pour this. I want to reposition this where you can watch me pour on the canvas. And let me see if I can get the light at a better angle. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I love it so much. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn the camera and I'm gonna keep it zoomed in. Move this out of the way. Gonna balance the weight of the paint, and then I'm just gonna give it a spin. I love this so much. I love that middle. Okay, I love it so much. Now I have to decide. Yesterday I ended up with mostly like these colors, and a lot of this was at the edge, got spun off. I like this part, but it's already going that way. I kind of want to tilt it that way, and then because I kind of want more of these colors in this one. I think I want it more of a yeah. But I think, why don't I just spin it again and see what happens? Oh, I think I spun it the opposite way. That's awesome. Okay. That's so cool. Yeah. I'm trying to get the drips just from the spatula to make a skin. Okay, I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm going to go around and touch up the corners, and that's what I saved these for. Let me find my... And then once I finish touching up the corners, this will kind of process more, and then I can see how I want to, if I want to tilt or just spin or what I want to do. This part's really fun. I get to just dab the pigment or the paint or whatever I'm using right onto the side. I should get a brush to do it with. That would be fun. And I could pretend I was a traditional painter. But I like being an energetic artist. Like, I like channeling energy and meditating before I paint and getting a vibe and getting a thought and channeling and asking the spirits and the energies to bring that energy into the painting so that anyone who sees it can be given the energy that the painting holds. Or like if I have prints of it, for anyone who gets the print of a piece, you can have the energy of the piece. This piece, the energy for this piece, is for calming anxiety. So looking at this piece, meditating, like listen to meditation sounds. I make meditation sounds that I have released. Listen to my meditation sounds while you look at like pictures or videos that I'll share of this coming up, and just meditate and ask your spirits to bring you the energy of calming your anxiety while you look at this piece, while you listen to meditation sounds. That's really what I do. I listen to my meditation sounds or other meditation sounds like music and look into my art, and that's how I learn the stories that I tell about some of them whenever I do story times or whenever I have my prints listed. A lot of times they have their story time info in there. I'm just having fun. I don't know why I'm like being really I don't know. Okay, this is so fun, just putting this aspen on the corners and on the sides where the paint hadn't gone yet, and then I will decide if I'm going to tilt at all or if I'm just going to spin. But I want to make sure everything's covered, and I will heat it with my heat gun, but I want to finish the majority of the tilting or spinning before I heat it, because I don't think I'm going to want to stretch the cells out a whole lot. I feel like that's transparent, so now let's start putting some drips on these corners. Yeah. I know it looks like I'm wasting time, but I'm really not. I am giving the painting time to kind of settle and see what the composition's kind of going to be like. And I'm making sure everything's covered, and I can finish it in a minute. Calming anxieties. transparent, so I have to put more paint over it too. I don't have to. I'm choosing to. Okay, I feel like I'm caught in some kind of a loop now. I don't think I need to do that anymore. Okay, let's put that aside because I'll save all the leftover paint into a jar because I want to make a painting at the end of the year using all of my leftover paints. I love that so much. I'm glad I waited because I don't really want to tilt it anyway. I don't know if I even want to spin it again. I love it. I love the way the cells and everything are already coming out. Ooh. Should I spin one more time or leave it like it is? That's gorgeous. I love it. I don't really want to spin anymore. I originally thought I wanted to get more of it that way and have more of this part taking over, but I just love the balance because I didn't end up losing all that Naples yellow down there. And I didn't end up losing like the center of the flower part. That's so cool. I think it will dry fine. They've been drying okay, and there's a lot of paint already off, so I think I'm good. But I'm gonna leave it. Let's get it where I can take a screenshot so that I can have a picture of it before I torch it. I have an app where I can adjust the way that it's facing. So that's why I spent so much time on those corners, because I was finishing them. I'm afraid to spin again because I don't want to spin all of this stuff off of here. I love that. I can't wait to take you down for a close-up. I almost don't want to torch it, but I will have a picture of it before, but because I'm already getting all the cells and everything. This is awesome. I'm knocking stuff over. Oh, I'm not plugged in anymore. Okay, I'll give it a minute and see what kind of cells pop up. I love it how it was. I don't know if I'm gonna like it better or worse with the heating it. I don't know. I always end up loving it, so I think it'll be fine. Again, I have to keep like saying my thoughts and then responding to myself with the positive as part of the energy of this, of calming your anxieties. Because I say the first thing that comes into my mind, which is the anxious thought, and then I respond to myself with the positive thing. Like the reminder, like to calm the anxiety. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit, I don't know. It's looking different to me. So I'm thinking that maybe there's too much paint on the top and maybe I need to spin it again. I don't know. The sides are drying already, but I don't know. I think it'll be okay though. It's just getting more of a softer look around the edges of everything. But there's so many details Maybe it's running that way. Let me see. Let me see if there's any where it's dripping over the side. Yeah, it's running this way. It's running over that side. Okay, since it's running over a couple of sides, I may have to do another tilt or another spin to keep spreading the paint a little bit. There's too much paint on the top, so it looks like it's melting a little bit. Okay, it definitely shows what way it's on level 2. It's on, like, going downhill this way. This is fun, just to see what happens. Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna wash my hands, and I will take you for a close-up. I think, I don't know. Okay, I think for me it's, I left the paint a little bit too long on the top. The sides dry, but there was still too much paint, so it started like running, and it was unlevel on the spinner, so it started running. There were all kinds of things that kind of, it's not going to end up how I originally had it and liked it, and it's going to look like it's just, I have a point. It's going to look like something went wrong, but that's the whole point, because this piece is for helping you and helping me get past anxiety. Like, don't worry about what went wrong with it. That doesn't matter. Once it dries and I look at it tonight or the next day or whatever, once it dries and I look at it just for how it is instead of like what I wanted it to be, I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be amazing. And I did originally want the stuff to go that way anyway. There's still a lot of details in there. I'm gonna come around and get my phone in a second to take you for a close-up. And then I'm gonna go and get ready for bed. It is 6 o'clock in the morning and I am ready for bed. Okay, hold on. Hi. Let's flip you around. Take the microphone and I'll go in and show you a close-up. I will take some videos with the flash, and that will show more of the details and more of the layers and the transparency. It's hard to see in this one, So check my pages tonight, and I'll have some close-ups with the flash so you can see more of the details. I love it. I love all the colors. I love everything that happens between all of the paints mixing together. So yeah, it looks like it melted a little bit. The sides will look a little bit melty, but I love it. I don't care. That's the whole point. Like, let things happen that you didn't plan, but just be happy with the result anyway. Like, you can only plan so much. Just let things happen and then be surprised and be happy. I love that big cell. I love all the little cells. I ended up getting rid of a lot of them down here, but there's still a good many. Okay, that's it for this one. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes. Have a good day. I'm going to post the replay to YouTube, and I'll post some close-ups with the flash so you can see more of the details up close. I will post those tonight after I wake up sometime. Thanks for being here. Have a blessed day. Bye.